all supernatural encounters are unpleasant, and not all spirits are malicious. In 1999, at this block, 471 at Chua Chu Kang Avenue 3, Madam Song Kang Ping had an experience she never ever wants to forget.
I'm Kang Ping. My major job is teaching and writing. I would like to share this ghost story. That's a true story to me that happened in year 1999 when I was pregnant. One night, at that time I live in Chua Chu Kang area and I'm still working with Nanyang Language School. So after one tuition class, the lesson ended at 10:30. I boarded the bus 67 direct to Chua Chu Kang interchange. The time when I boarded the bus is already raining. But at the Chua Chu Kang interchange, the rain become heavier and heavier. Unfortunately, my husband was night shift there, so nobody fetched me from the Chua Chu Kang interchange because I have to alight another shuttle bus back to my Chua Chu Kang flat there. The time is already past 11. So I don't have any umbrella or shelter above my head, so how to cross the road back to my home? So I think no choice, no way, have to cross the road. Wet is wet, it's okay. I just rush the road without anything above my head. But at that moment, I'm not realizing anything unusual happen around me. When I was waiting the lift coming down, I suddenly realized I was not wet at all. I touched my hair. No, it's true, it's my hair. I touch my clothes and touch my the humpy tummy. It's true, my baby inside, and my whole body not at all, not dry. It's quite dry. Then suddenly I saw a hand on my right side. The hand, a human being's hand, quite clear. Then the hand holding something just standing beside me. The skin white color, fair and young, and then the everything normal, just like a human being. So because he's taller than me, the figure is taller than me, so I look up, but I try my hard to open my eyes widely, but cannot see the face very, very clear. But I can feel when I say, "Hi, you are," his mouth started.
Could you see his eyes?
No, black. The whole face, black color everywhere. Only the hand, just like human being. He started moving. When he hear, I'm not so sure whether he can hear me or not. Okay, if this is human being, when he walk, he should make some sound. When he answer me, when he listen to me, if he can hear me, he can answer me or some action, some reaction or action to do forward. But this figure just standing there, hold umbrella, then slowly down, then shrinking into the night. His feet like a floating or no feet at all. Maybe have feet I cannot see. It's something floating on the water, quiet, smoothing, and without any sound.
So you're saying that the figure was floating?
Yeah, floating something, but the something I cannot see.
He was floating on something?
Yeah, floating on something. At that moment, I'm not thinking about he is related to my experience. I was not wet at all because of him. No, I'm not linking. But after he's shrinking, so I look around, then nobody there. If he is a real person, he should be go somewhere. You still can see his shadow or his back, or just like a normal person. But this figure, very strange, just shrinking into the night until out of sight. Is it my imagination? But I don't think it's imagination. It's just something really happened moment ago. And if it's a ghost, so I think maybe this is quite nice, quite good, quite courtesy ghost. I love this ghost. Whenever I didn't forgot to bring umbrella or rainy day or sunny day, I think about this story. This happened in 1999. Then the next day, I told my husband that's my experience. My husband very, very shocked. Then go to temple to pray, so Waterloo temple to pray, and then look for agent, property agent, have to move house. Oh yeah, he's very shocked. Oh yeah, so in 2002, we moved to Amokyo. Since that day, such thing never happened again.
When we were watching that, you mentioned that you got goosebumps watching that clip because you thought the woman was telling the truth. Why? How did you gather that?
You can see from the sincerity of her face, I guess, and I guess when we spoke to her, there's a lot of basically can feel this. You can even feel the sincerity. I guess it's touching as well because I think she's having a baby and probably she encountered what the West would call your guardian angel.
A guardian angel.
Possibly.
So there are good ghosts and more malicious ghosts, I suppose.
I don't know if you can call them ghosts.
They're not ghosts?
Yeah, we're not sure what they are, but it does seem that she encountered what people would commonly call a guardian angel.
Okay. Have you, in the course of your investigations, have you met anyone else who have stories of guardian angels?
Guardian angels? No, not really. Not much.
Okay.
Guardian angels.
For the record, right now is the Hungry Ghost Festival. Do you get a lot more calls, requests during this period? Is there more activity during this period?
Interestingly, it's the same traffic we have.
Okay.
Although there is this common belief that there'll be a lot more paranormal activity that takes place, but what's interesting is we don't see an increase in queries or it's still constant.
Okay, let's take a comment from Uranium. He says that EMF affecting the human mind is true. There have been studies indicating that suicide rates are higher in settlement near power lines. Power lines are strong sources of EMF. And earlier you were saying that in studios such as these where there are strong lights and a lot of electricity, there are also higher incidences of people seeing,
experiencing,
ghosts.
feeling like something is there. Is that it?
Because of the number of electrical equipment that you guys have, there's definitely a higher fluctuation in the EMF. And sometimes, that's the thing. We have yet to ascertain whether it is EMF which attracts paranormal activity, or is it that paranormal activity radiates EMF.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you go by the theory where it attracts, so that's why a place with a high EMF would draw such paranormal activity. Like in the US, a lot of paranormal activity takes place near power lines, power stations and stuff.
So will you be able to investigate this particular studio? And
Well, how do you feel about our studio here?
Feel safe. I feel safe for the moment. Yeah.
Okay. Now back to that story of Madam Song Kang Ping. Do you think that? You think that her experience may have been a genuine, maybe the real deal? Because she said that it was raining heavily, but there was nothing on her hair, her clothes. She was completely dry.
Okay. As much as I would like to believe it, and that's why sometimes people don't really like investigators like us, because. For example, maybe she's going through a pregnancy. She may be stressed. She may be tired. She may be perceiving things which are not there. I'm not saying that it's a total fabrication. It's just a suggestion that, whenever you have anything that occurs in your life, be it a difficult experience, pregnancy, it does affect the way you think. It does affect your hormones, and your hormones affect the way you perceive things.
Are you saying that most paranormal experiences, so to speak, are probably figments of the imagination? Most of them?
I wouldn't say all, but we've come across quite a number of cases which prove that. either the person just went through a traumatic experience, the person was stressed. Things which affect the mind.
What about you, Mystic? Have you ever, had a case whereby a person seems to have had imagined it, and you were sure that this person might have imagined it?
I guess you have to, when you are talking to the person, interviewing the person, you have to look at the facial expression and all, and it will tell you.
So in many sense, it's still very subjective.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we want to know, for the gadgets and everything, how exactly do you prove with the gadgets that these things really exist?
Okay. This is our metal detector. So whenever we had a EMF reading, we will try to source out the hidden wires and everything. So we will use this.
Okay.
Yeah. And
But before we go into explaining each of the different equipment, right? What exactly you mentioned it, some find cold spots, some find EMF, but what does it exactly prove? Does it prove that something is there?
no, we are more like finding explanations for the phenomenon that happened earlier. So before we went into believing it's paranormal, we go into scientific explanation and we look at it scientifically first. So if we get readings over here, then if it explains the phenomenon, then we might have a a case closed or things like that. Yeah.
We actually base it on a lot of research that has been done by paranormal investigators around the world, where they come to various conclusions that when certain things are detected, there are paranormal activity. So what we try to do is try and see if we can detect whatever readings we have from our gadgets and try to ascertain if it's a possible haunting, paranormal activity, or is it a figment of your imagination?
Okay. I think it's time for a break. But when we come back, we'll meet a film crew who've had some supernatural encounters when they were shooting during the month of Hungry Ghost.